All right, Coach, introduce yourself and we'll get started here.
I'm Nick McDevitt, head basketball coach at Middle Tennessee.
All right, just like I asked Coach earlier, you had a couple of weeks now for the fellows to be on the floor. The freshmen trying to figure it out, the upperclassmen trying to lead. What's the locker room like? What's the expectation, and what do you see?
Well, I think we've got a good mix of both freshmen and underclassmen as well as some upperclassmen leadership. And so a lot of new faces in our program. We have 16 guys in our roster. Only 4 played for us last year. So we have 12 either true newcomers into the program or guys that sat out last year. So just getting those guys on the same page and really just knowing each other's name is a good thing at this point in the season. But knowing each other's tendencies on the floor, those are the kinds of things that you hope you get to when league play rolls around.
Coach mentioned earlier about new freshmen coming in, trying to deal with class load on your own, and then figure out, okay, where do I fit in? And this is a lot harder than I thought it was, looking from the stands and all, making a decision to come to school.
It's very difficult those first couple of months, I think, for just about any freshman, with a few exceptions around the country. When you're talking about the best of the best, the elite freshmen get to roll onto campus and play a lot, and they're the star player. For most freshmen, it's the first time they haven't been the best player on their team. And that's very difficult when for 10, 12 years, you're the best player in your area, the best player on your team, and now you're just trying to figure out a way to get on the floor. And that happens in a short amount of time. In March of your senior year, you're the best player around. And August of that same year, 5 months later, you're wondering if you're going to play at all on your new team. That 5-month span, that change happens in a hurry. And that's hard. That's really hard. Now class is harder than it's ever been. Basketball is harder than it's ever been. And you're away from mom and dad and all your friends. So those first couple months for freshmen, there's a lot of new and a lot of hard being thrown at them all at once. So when you see freshmen that are able to get on the floor and contribute early in their careers, they're special.
Guys come into the program, they've been on campus a while. Going through this conference is one of the things that's changing, and I kind of like where it's going. Where do you see it at right now, Conference USA?
Well, I think you see a lot of really good coaches and a lot of really good players in this league right now. Obviously, you look at the preseason all-conference team, and there are a lot of good players on there, but think about the players, if you went team by team, that are not on that list, and you could come up with a very, very good all-conference team with the players that aren't on that list. And when you're going up against those caliber of players and the caliber of coaches that we have in this league, that's what makes this league very difficult. There's 14 teams, and there isn't an off night. You can't point to weak teams, but I don't think you'll have runaway teams either, teams that are just so much more talented than the opposition that they can walk through the league. Each and every one of us have to be ready to play every night. And that's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way good leagues are.
How far off do you think it'll be before the conference gets to a 2-team tournament?
I don't know. I think
I know it's still young because everybody's trying to figured out where they want to be, but everybody's headed down that same road.
Yeah, and I also think the league is thinking outside the box and trying to figure out ways to get another team in. With the pod play, with bonus play at the end, trying to do one of two things, hopefully both, and that is improve the seed of our automatic qualifier and try to find a way to get an additional team in that tournament. Through being smart and strategic in your non-conference scheduling, but also trying to figure out ways that we can do things within conference play to try to get another team in. This is a big league. When you think about 14 teams, it's a big number, and trying to find ways to get multiple teams in, and it's very smart.
Well, Coach, as one that I've been covering a while, I was there when the original 16-team WAC was formed, and I watched how that was a struggle over a 4-year period just to get everybody to get games against each other, both in football and basketball. Are the games being scheduled now just in the conference that is a balance for what you all are looking to get out of it as far as getting to the tournament and scheduling non-conference to balance that off?
I mean, as far as our league schedule goes, well, I think when you look at how spread out our league is and the geography, the miles that we take up, you have to do what we do in terms of travel partners and have every other week where you're home, which I think is good. You know, we are spread out in terms of the league, but you're gone for 3 or 4 days. At least in men's basketball, you got Thursday, Saturday in league play, but the next Thursday, Saturday, you're at home. And so, yeah, it's difficult, but like, for instance, for us, we didn't go to Florida last year to FIU and FAU, so it's not in back-to-back weeks. It's not like you're going to Miami on a Thursday and to Dallas on a Saturday. You know, the league has been smart, and you can go play 2 games in Texas, go back home, and then you can be home for your next 2 games. So, although we are spread out, the travel isn't as bad as you would think, just looking at where the schools are located on a map.
With that, I'm going to segue into, like I mentioned, the coach. You all sit like in the middle of SEC country, scheduling games non-conference wise. How is that going since you've been the head guy?
It's going well. I mean, you have to be strategic about when you play even home games. You know, in early part of the season in non-conference, you don't necessarily want to be playing on a Saturday at home late in the season. If, for instance, and I'm making this up, if Tennessee's playing Georgia on that same Saturday in football, you might not have a packed house for your home basketball game. The same is true, you know, you think about playing teams from Alabama. Well, if that's the night of the Alabama-Auburn game, you might not have a huge influx of people traveling up from Alabama to watch you play Troy or South Alabama at Middle Tennessee. So you just have to think about what else is going on in your area, whether it's in another sport, at another school, in a different conference. Not that they direct what we do, but I think it's smart to know what's going on around you and adapt accordingly.
All right. What's going on campus? Facilities, campus life in general. How's it going?
Well, we got homecoming this weekend.
Wait a minute, Coach didn't mention that?
Yeah, we got homecoming on Saturday, so it should be a fun week. We'll have That's pretty good. So yeah, we hopefully have a fun week. Football team hosts FIU on Saturday. We'll have a parade that morning, so hopefully it's a good weekend.
All right, Coach. With that, reintroduce yourself. We'll close this out.
Sounds good. Nick McDevitt at Middle Tennessee.
This is Jerry Lee Woodley Jr., the College Sports Report, signing off.